Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of the Sharpshooters. As always, we're your hosts, Danny and Juicy Juice Juice. How you doing tonight, Juice? Ridiculous.
Feeling quite hydrated, Danny.
Ridiculous.
How about
Well,
you?
good evening. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling ready to talk about a lot of wrestling. Because even though we had a short turnaround because we just had our last point standing on Thursday, a lot of stuff happened over the weekend, both in WWE and in AEW, and some little personal stuff for Juice happened this weekend, which we're going to talk about later. So it's a real exciting weekend to talk about wrestling. And if you usually join us on Mondays, we usually do our Anything Goes night, but this week and next week, because of travel issues and other things, we are only doing Monday nights, last point standing, both Monday here and Monday next week. So luckily we have a pay-per-view to predict, so it'll definitely fill up the hour. No big deal. Juice, are you ready to go?
I don't know. I might need a few minutes. Let's go to commercial.
What's up, Harley? Well, you know what? Let's take a few seconds and pay the bills. Thank you, as always, to Accept the
Oh,
Wind for being the official band of the podcast. You hear them before, after, and during the show. And if you haven't, please throw us a sub at the bottom there. Really helps us out. We're trying to grow to 10. We're at 3 right now. If you usually throw us a sub, your month might be over, so double check that. Help us go. If you have Amazon Prime, it is free for you. Helps us out. Instructions are in the side there. You got to use a desktop, though. And with that being said, pulling up our last point standing right now.
threw subs at you. You didn't see them, or you're just ignoring me. That's
I,
fine.
I saw you shooting me. I just kind of ignored. I'm not gonna lie.
I wasn't shooting. I was throwing a sub.
Ah,
Like a
it looked like
Subway
you were.
sub, and then I throw it.
Got it, got it, got it, got
No,
it.
that'd be more. I'm lefties. You gotta go like this. I can't shoot righty. Are you crazy? Come on, man.
All right. Well, Jay DeFalco, thank you for being on a 70 stream streak.
70. Have
That
we
is
even done
crazy.
70 episodes?
I think I think so.
We have. We have.
That alliteration almost got me there. Careful with all those S's. So we are
Many
doing
words.
WWE first. If you've never seen Last Point Standing, we talk about everything. We try to do a little PTI format, give ourselves a time limit. Usually we follow it. But depending on the topic, we usually go over it. So we'll see what happens tonight. Starting off with Women's War Games. Juice, did you see what happened on SmackDown?
You know what, Danny? Why don't you update me? Why don't you fill us in? Let us know what happened.
All right, so SmackDown opens up with the women's participants, first with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. They come out, say how happy they are to be back. By the way, regardless of how we feel about Rhea, she looks really good lately. I think she slimmed down a little bit. The face mask is really working for her. She looks pretty good. Just got to put that out there.
Is this 2024 again?
This might be it's getting to mommy territory. We'll see how they push her. We'll find out. So what was it? What was it with Matt? Bonk or Boink? Bonk, something like that. We gotta be
It was
careful with
bombed.
that. So they come out, they talk about War Games and what happened on last week and on Raw, yada yada. And then out comes Charlotte and Alexa. Alexa starts off by saying how happy she is to team with them and how they're ready to go. And when Rhea said War Games, she knew it was meant to be. And then Charlotte, which I'll give her credit, great promo. I thought it was going to be a shit one. I thought when she started, it was like, oh man, they just ruined everything they built with her and Alexa. And I think she came out looking pretty good. She pretty much says, like, listen, I'm not going to keep pretending that we're friends. I don't trust you. You don't trust me, and you shouldn't trust me. We have a bad history. I can't do War Games with you. I just can't partner with you. Alexa, if you got to do it, go ahead and do it. But, like, I'm going to step this one out. And like I said, at first it sounded like it was going to be a heel promo, but like the way it kind of kept going throughout, it made sense. We had talked about, at least I had said last week, how I was annoyed with the teaming of them two just suddenly without them having any issue with it. So I'm glad it's kind of shaking out in storyline a little bit. Obviously, she's going to come back, I think, but at least they're making a little bit of a story out of those two to make sense.
So I'd like to know what our viewers think, if they also saw this, if they got the same impression, because, I know I am how I am with WWE, but like this is legit the same story thread 5 years in a row now. Like They do this every year for War Games. It's the same story thread where someone's on the team and backs out because they don't trust the other one and dissension. And yeah, sure, there's story and dissension, but both teams don't need that same dissension. Like it's okay to tell a different story with your two teams and like a whole team be on the same page. Like it's okay. Um,
Well, I
so
think they will be. I
yeah.
don't think this is one of those things where like throughout the
Uh,
match they're not going to trust each other. I think it's legit. Rhea was ready to go. Rhea was like, I'm ready to put the past behind me, and Charlotte was the one who was just like, I'm iffy. And then they got attacked later in the night on like a 4-on-3 backstage thing. So I
mhm.
think it's going to set up Charlotte coming back and putting like able to put it past her and go into War Games for the All Star thing. They also had to add a fifth woman. Who knows who that's going to be? We got
Um,
we got some people possibly showing up tonight. I don't know. Rumors backstage, Liv Morgan's around in the area. Who knows about that? Who the fifth woman's
Hey,
going to be for the other
spoilers,
side?
spoilers, Danny. What are you doing? Some of
I
our
just said
viewers don't want to
rumors. I don't
know.
know if that's true or not. I haven't watched Raw.
Yeah,
Raw's
but
not even on for
they
an
they don't
hour.
want they don't want to know this stuff. I'm just saying I got yelled at, when I did it.
You got
So just
yelled at
gotta,
for no. You got yelled at for saying live results. I am saying rumors that might be happening tonight.
yeah, but people don't want to know this stuff. Just saying.
A
You're
little
the one that
different,
cares
but
about our
continue.
WWE viewers, so
I
um
agree. That's what I'm saying. We should watch the show and see if Liv Morgan shows up tonight.
all right, well you just ruined it for our whole fan base, so way to go. Um
What is happening?
Yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't know. I didn't see it. I don't know if it aired on TV or just on social medias, but apparently WWE posted a video of Charlotte and Rhea like shaking hands and hugging on Raw. So to then do what you did on SmackDown just shows there was no plan. Like it was just they're making it up as they go.
Yeah, that's shitty if they did that
Um,
on Raw. That's terrible.
well, again, I saw the video, so there was video. I just don't know if it aired on
I do
TV.
not believe that aired on TV because I think I would have been more annoyed at that. But maybe I
All I know
missed
is
it. It might have been at the end.
at the very least, the WWE socials posted the video. So
That's
they
terrible.
posted it
Yeah,
in
that's
some
bad.
way. It was shared. But whatever. I mean, we'll see what happens, I guess. But yeah, as we go. Next up, US Open Challenge. This is an addition from you, so I don't really know what you want to talk about here. So go
Yeah,
for it.
so just a quick, I want to see what you think about it because I know you haven't been watching, but Dragunov has brought back the Open Challenge in a sense where
Mhm.
traditional Open Challenge is whoever comes out is who you face. His Open Challenge is he is hand picking who he thinks deserves it. So like Ciampa has tried to come out like a week or two in a row, and he's pretty much told him no, but he'll pick like another opponent to face him. Like for instance, this past week he picked Axiom because he feels like they're deserving of he was deserving of a title shot. Great match, and then that set up obviously for DIY to get involved, and a tag team match next week is set up. But just curious to see your thoughts on a different take on an open challenge.
Yeah, I mean it's been fine. It's kind of reminiscent of what they were doing with the TNT title early on, where like Cody and different champs were like picking their people. So it's fine. My only question is, it seems like they've been doing the theme of like Ilya ducking Champa. So like, are they both faces right now? And is that what's happening?
No,
Is
no,
Ilya
no. It's
ducking or
legitimately
what?
that Ciampa's a heel, and Ilya does not believe he deserves a title shot because he's just a conniving cheater.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
pure heel versus face, just and Dragunov's just like no. I guess like no
I
heels
guess.
get a shot, which is kind of weird too. I don't know how I feel about that.
I guess I forgot that Ciampa and Gargano were heels now, or at least
Yeah,
they didn't turn back. I remember now that they did back in the fall last year, I believe, but
yeah,
I
like
guess I
for
just assumed they turned back.
yeah, no, they never turned back from that. The whole City Machine Guns thing, the Street Profits feel like
Yeah.
that
All right.
all is still them.
Yeah, no, I mean it's fine. Just obviously the payoff does have to be you have to do that match eventually.
Yep.
But
So
see if they do it.
see how that goes. All right. Oh, this next point. You talk first. I'm so mad.
Well, so the only thing I brought this up because obviously this is typical WWE being WWE.
So mad.
Um, Apparently, they're booking a 5-on-5 tag team elimination match on SmackDown the night before Survivor Series. So rather than do the Survivor Series traditional tag at Survivor Series, they're doing it the night before. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, it is five members of the MFTs. I don't even know what their names are. Oompa, Loompa, Doopity Doo, whatever. Taking on Shinsuke, um,
Ray Phoenix,
I'm totally blanking. Yeah, Shinsuke, Ray Phoenix,
Samoa Joe.
um,
I mean, so,
what?
Sami Zayn. I'm looking at AEW. I'm getting so excited.
Sami
I'm
Zayn.
looking at the predictions right now, and I saw Samoa Joe's face.
I was like, what?
Samoa Joe's name.
Okay.
Sami Zayn. Sorry, Sami Zayn, and oh my God, why can't I think of the last two?
Yeah. Either
Um.
way, so they're doing a 5v5. Oh, it's the guns, isn't it?
Oh yeah. There you go. The guns.
Yeah, it's the guns. All right. I saw it. I quickly just moved on. I threw it on the agenda to talk about it. But yeah, so 5v5 tag they're doing. And it's just funny because it makes me remember that didn't they tease doing the MFTs versus the Wyatt family
Yes.
like a few weeks ago?
Yes.
And then like just
I'm
got rid of
I'm I'm
that.
telling you, man. I SmackDown to me wasn't bad. This was the worst part of SmackDown to me because it didn't make any fucking sense. I understood the Sami Zayn part because he got injured and the title and yada yada yada. But where I don't understand why they're not facing the Wyatt family because they've been building that up and yada yada with that. Um, and I'm so goddamn annoyed that they're putting this on SmackDown. I was getting hyped. I looked past the Wyatt family thing because I was like, oh, cool. They can set up between the stupid war games, which I'm getting tired of, and I've been asking for this fucking elimination matches back. I'm like, they can set it up and they can put it between on the pay per view. And if I just get one, cool. I don't even care who it is at this point. I'm just excited that it's coming back a little bit. And then they fucking announce it on SmackDown, and I literally screamed at my TV. I was so mad. I was so mad, and I'm still
Yeah, it's
very upset.
justified. It's justified. Keverlass says, well, first off, Jada Falcon says Oompa Loompa Jones.
It was
Accurate.
hilarious.
Uh,
That was funny.
Keverlass says Wyatt Six was seen lurking, so it's not dead. And one thing I did read, I don't know if this is true or how legitimate the story is, but apparently, um, Bo Dallas's father is ill and or in hospice or something. But then I think that was also like debunked or something. I think is up with the dad, and I guess he's maybe taking some time to be with him. I don't know if that's or why they pivoted. I don't know, man. I mean, it's 1 day a week. You'd
But
think they'd make it work, but
first off,
I don't
respectfully,
know.
they, I mean, that happens a lot, and guys still like make the storyline happen because they're still building to something, though, so they can still make the storyline happen for
Yeah.
next week and still do that match. And I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
there's only 4 male Wyatts, so you could still add Sami Zayn to this. Oh no, wait, is there 4? No, there's 5. Wyatt
Well,
6.
it's the Wyatt
Yeah, so
Six.
that has to be 5. Okay, so if Bo Dallas is out though, you could still have Sammy come in and replace him if he's medically cleared because it's only a week early. So if you didn't want to put him on, you could still have him medically ineligible for another week, whatever. But like, there's so many ways they could have made this. It just doesn't make sense. It
By
just
the way,
legit doesn't make sense.
the two things. So first off, this is not Vince's WWE anymore. This is Papa H. He takes care of his
That's
people.
fair.
When they want time off, they get it.
That's fair.
Um, Also, I think we were right. I think there are only 5 people in the Wyatt Six, and that was our whole joke the whole time that they were called the Wyatt Six, and there's only 5 of them. Because I think early on, didn't we think Bliss was joining? So I think it only is four guys in Cross, right? It's
I'm
Bo,
looking it up right
Rowan.
now because now I'm
No,
just
it's Bo. No, it's Bo, Rowan, Loomis, Gacy, and Cross, right? I think that's
one,
it.
two,
It's a
three,
five.
four, five. Yeah, because the thing is that what's his
Yeah, so
face
it
is
is
the 6.
five.
So yeah, so then it should have been them
Yeah,
4 and Sammy. Even more to my fucking point. Whatever. Can we move on? I'm so annoyed.
absolutely. We can totally move on.
Next up.
So the John Cena tournament. Um,
God damn
yeah.
it.
So the big surprise coming out of SmackDown was Zack Ryder, not Matt Cardona,
Yeah, that was
returning
interesting.
to be LA Knight's mystery opponent, losing to LA Knight. Yeah, so like I mean, whatever. Wrestling is wrestling. It is the business. But Ryder was saying for years he wouldn't come. Ryder's dead. I'm at Cardona now. If I ever come back, I want to come back as Cardona because this is what I built. And to just not is hysterical.
That's the
with
first thing
merch
I
and
thought too. I
everything.
was like the whole indie king, the whole this and that.
Yeah,
You've even
whatever.
come back as Cardona on NXT and all this. Like
Yeah, like 2 months ago, not even a month.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
I understand it. I understand it from a
No,
business perspective.
yeah.
I just think it's silly.
Yeah. That's what I more
Um,
meant.
and also, they're like, oh, he's like, I don't know if I'm a one-off yet or if I'm signed, blah blah blah. So it's a one-off. He's not coming back anytime soon, probably. Um, I like him. Don't get me wrong. I never had a problem with Cardona, but I do think it's. I mean, unfortunate they just came back to lose. I mean, have him win. Like, move if you're gonna bring
Yeah,
a guy in.
I
I
guess.
don't know,
I mean,
but
here's what I'll say. I guess for whatever reason, you can't have two surprise entrants win. I think I think whoever tonight is should be winning at least one match. So maybe that they didn't want to do that. That's the only way I can rationalize it. But no, I agree. I
all
think he
right.
should have won, especially because respectfully to LA Knight, I don't think LA Knight's winning it. So like,
I wouldn't mind if he won it, but I don't think he's winning it either. But the other match from SmackDown, Jey Uso defeating The Miz, which, surprise, surprise, I think is ridiculous. I think The
mm-hmm,
Miz should have made a run in this tournament more than
agreed,
anybody, probably.
agreed.
But Jey Uso beats him, and I heard the match was terrible, and he botched the finish, and typical Jey Uso. And
Which is
honestly, I have a
funny.
feeling Jey.
Sorry, really quick. That's funny that you bring that up because when I thought Miz could have possibly won the match and he hit the skull crushing finale, that it looked so nice the way he did it and the way he like got into the move in reverse something. I was like, oh man, what a great! And then kick out. And I was like, now that's gonna fuck up. And then Jey Uso fucks up the finish. I was like, ah. So you could have ended the match 5 minutes ago nicely, and now I have to watch
Yeah.
this shit.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jey Uso wins the whole thing now, because I was thinking about it, and I brought it up this past weekend. Like the whole Cena final year run started with the final two being Jay and Cena in the Rumble, and I wouldn't be surprised if they ran it back and ended it with Jay and Miz. I mean Jay and Cena, but I hope I'm wrong. But as soon as he won, I was like, that's what they're gonna freaking do, I bet.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Um,
terrible.
but before we move on, we'll quickly go over the rest of the round. We have tonight Javon Evans versus Walter, and we have Solo Sikoa versus to be announced. Um, and also they announced for SmackDown the rest of the field, which we tried to predict, and we kind of got two of them right. We're doing Carmelo Hayes versus Bronson Reed, and Penta versus Finn Balor. So no Dominic Mysterio, no Rey Mysterio. Um,
No R-Truth,
and Bronson and no R-Truth,
which is
and
crazy.
Bronson Reed's in there. So, what are our thoughts? What are our quick thoughts on those last four matches, and then we can move on.
I think it's gonna be Walter. I think it's gonna be the mystery opponent.
Mhm.
Because especially with Solo doing his thing with MFT right now, and the whole feud with Wyatt Six, hopefully still on the horizon, and Sami Zayn, he's pretty tied up. Um, and then for SmackDown, I personally hope it's Finn. I just Finn's one of my favorites. It's probably gonna be Penta, just because Penta's like the new guy coming in the hot start. But I hope it's Finn, because that would have really, in my opinion, that would if you're trying to give Finn a push, what better way to start with than this tournament right now? But who am I to
I
bust
remember
that
that
shit?
big
You know,
singles push he was going to
I
get in
know,
2025.
crazy. And then what was the other match again?
Carmelo and Bronson. I honestly, if it's not Jay, I can see Bronson win the
It's
whole
I was gonna
thing.
say
What
that's
better way to go
Bronson.
out?
Yeah, that has Bronson written all
Honestly,
over it.
I'd rather have Bronson Reed win this tournament than Walter.
Yeah, I
I,
would agree with
I,
that.
I,
100%.
because Walter Bronson would get so much more out of the win than Walter would, and I don't like
100%.
Bronson, but I
Especially if you're
think
doing this,
Bronson's a
especially if you're gonna keep this vision thing going with these two guys being like these big
yeah.
powerhouses. You have Braun doing this
Yep.
world heavyweight title scene, and then you have Bronson winning the tournament. That'd be huge. Yeah, I agree.
Yep. All right. So stay tuned,
Speaking
and
of,
yeah, we'll see who the mystery thing goes tonight. I know it's the big talk about it. Everyone thinks it's all these different people, but who knows?
according to Adam Pierce, no
And
one has guessed it right at all on social media, which I think is impossible. But yeah,
yeah,
moving on.
someone.
Speaking of Bronson and Braun, the men's War Games is shaping up a little bit more. Both teams added one more teammate to their team, or one more wrestler to their teams, and they have one more spot left. The baby faces added, big surprise, big brother Jimmy Uso. All right, so the Usos, Cody, and Punk. Team 1. Team
Yeah.
2, in a surprise at the end of the night, so just in case you didn't watch
Was it?
SmackDown, Bronson versus Cody had a WWE World Title match, which I thought was cool. That it felt like a little old school WWF where they just announced a title match for the night, for the main event. I was like, oh, good for those fans. Like, that'd be dope. I get to see a world title match. So Cody versus Bronson obviously ends in DQ. Logan Paul and Braun come out because God forbid you just had the champion win one. Who cares that you just got a rub from being in the match with them? They come out, they attack. The faces come out. They're cleaning house. The Usos are about to do their double Uso splash, and out of nowhere comes Drew McIntyre, who everyone thought was suspended. But since the clause in Paul Heyman's contract that he was carried around all night says that he's allowed to sign anyone from Raw, SmackDown, or NXT, that apparently overrides the suspension, and Drew McIntyre is now on SmackDown, is now on Team Paul Heyman. And that was punctuated by the fact that Mr. Nick Aldis came out while he came out so quickly. Like, McIntyre barely got 2 hits in on people, and Aldis has already come out screaming at Heyman, and Heyman just holding the contract saying, anyone, any wrestler, Raw, Smack, like just like an asshole, just like this, whoever I want. And Aldis is just screaming in his face. So process all that. How do you feel about War Games right now?
I'm going to throw up. Oh my God. I did not know about all the contract loophole stuff that happened, but
Yep.
I did mention last week at the very end when we were trying to predict, I did say for all we know, Drew will be back after a week or 2 suspension. So
You did
that
say
was
that.
so that was pretty amusing to see. Honestly, man, if they're going the way I think they're going with these final 2, where it's going to be Roman on the baby side and Brock on the heel side, this heel team has the potential of being the worst team ever assembled in Survivor Series history.
Where'd
I
everyone go?
mean, Bronson.
Oh, there we go.
What?
We disappeared, but I'm good. We're back.
Oh, okay. I
Oh,
thought all the viewers left.
goddamn
I'm like, oh,
Saved by the
bye.
Bell thing. God damn it.
One day.
One day I'll remember.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, Brock, Logan, and Bronson Reed. Like Drew's ice cold right now, and Braun Breaker is the only saving grace. But that team looks brutal.
Well,
Which of course means the baby faces will lose.
exactly. And
But
not to spoil tonight, apparently rumors are spoiling to you, but rumors are that Roman Reigns might be in town tonight. So, like you're saying, that might add to the men's. Do we see both Roman and Brock tonight, or do we see just Roman tonight and Brock next week? How do you think that pans out?
some of our viewers, Danny.
That's fine.
Telling
I'm
you.
asking for your guess now.
Wow. I guess what, that they're both on tonight?
Are they both on tonight, you think? Because then you would have both of
No.
them, potentially Liv Morgan, and John Cena's official, according to everyone, last Raw as a part-time wrestler.
He is fighting tonight, he said, by the way.
I'm sure he is. It's his last Raw. Why would he not? I just don't know against who. I didn't think there was.
If they're going to
Maybe
run
it's
it
a
back
rematch
with
against
Dom,
Dom.
now's the time.
Love you, Juice.
That would be the logical thing to do.
I
at this
agree,
point.
especially
Dom
if
come
he's on
out
the
pissed
tournament.
off.
Yep.
But
Do you do
or do Ray? You know what? No. Do Ray. Dom interferes, and then you either run Dom versus Cena or Dom Ray Cena at Survivor Series. That's what I do.
Ooh, okay. I like that.
That's what I do.
I like that a lot.
Yep. And
That'd
that
be
way you can even
interesting.
have Dom beat Ray, and Cena doesn't take a pin, even though he loses. If you want to get tricky, that's what I would do. That way you can run Cena versus Ray one more time
I like
in
that.
the Garden. I think that's the play.
I like that.
But I don't even know if Ray's around. I don't know.
Well, yeah, he was there last week. He was congratulating him backstage and saying how his son deserved the beating. So that was good.
Yeah.
Father of the year, that man.
Well, there we go. That is our WWE talk.
Rolling right
Quick
through to
predict-
AEW.
Well, I was gonna say really quick. We didn't put it on there, but quick prediction
Oh,
for tonight.
Oh.
For Becky versus Maxine Dupree. Do we think Maxine Dupree wins the title, or does Becky hold on again?
Well, you ain't get mad at me again, Juice.
You don't have to say anything.
But rumors are that AJ Lee might be in town tonight as well, Juice. So potentially on this show, you might be seeing Liv Morgan, AJ Lee, John Cena, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. This might be a huge Raw. And yes, even before the rumors, I assume this would be the Raw that AJ Lee comes back on and interferes and costs Becky the title, and Maxine wins.
Just lost like 20 viewers. I hope you know that. Um,
Bro,
you're out
if
of your
I
mind.
lost 20 viewers, I'd be so impressed.
You're out of your mind. We're at negative 15 viewers right now. How dare you? All right, well, that's all I have to say.
Juice, that's it. Juice doesn't want me spoiling anything else for Raw tonight. He's done.
I don't care. I feel bad for our viewers because I know some of them don't read online and they just want to watch the show. And you know, you're telling them who's rumored around. Just shush, shush.
Hey, I mean, in my defense, there's been many rumors in the past that they're rumored to be there and then they don't show up or do anything. So the rumors are
Well, if you
just
say, yeah,
rumors.
but if you sit here and say five people are rumored to be on the show and three of them are, it doesn't mean you're absolved. You still, whatever. We can move on. I'm probably fighting a fight that maybe no one cares either way. I feel like some people do though. Um, okay. Next up, we're moving on to AEW, but semi AEW first. Danny, a little disappointed in you, which is the theme for the evening. You missed the second annual Sharpshooters meet and greet at the big event this weekend. We doubled our attendance from the previous time, and it was a great turnout from our fans that came to meet me. Um, they were all asking where you were. I told them that you do not care about the fans
It's true.
and all you wanted to do was sit home and count the money.
It's true.
And
That's why I want the
yeah, maybe
subs.
maybe one day I'll get my hands on that money too. That'd be nice. Um, but either way, the big event for those of you that do not know is a convention, wrestling convention happens 2 times a year. Happens in November and March. And I went this past weekend to meet some wrestlers and get some autographs. And I was there with some of our guests, took some pictures, hung out, and we had some fun experiences. So I was going to share with everybody the ones I got. So the first one I got, I met Swerve Strickland. And I don't know how well you can see it in the picture. Let me wait till I see it on my screen. Bring it in. It's gold in the
Oh, yeah,
middle.
yeah, yeah. There you go.
Got Swerve Strickland to sign the comic book cover,
That's
so that
awesome.
was pretty neat.
Did you
And
buy
I'm
that
probably
comic
gonna tr
book there or you had that one already?
I had this already, and I had it
Nice.
in a nice plastic with the cardboard. I've kept it in there the whole time, so I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll try and like actually bring this with me and like get everyone on it to sign. Minus Brit, but yeah. So right now, this is pretty cool. I like that one. Got it in gold from Swerve, who was surprising, only $50 for his autograph. I thought he'd be
Nice.
way more. Um, but him and Nana were right there hanging out, chilling. It was pretty cool. We got them towards the end of the night of the day. Then I met Roderick Strong, and I got
Awesome.
him to sign this Ring of Honor DVD. Let me make sure it's a good picture for you all. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
It's silver right here on the bottom. So the cover is not very complimentary to him because it's Tyler Black, aka Seth Rollins, giving Roderick Strong a STF. But
I'm sure he loves
this
signing
is
that. That's awesome.
Oh, and he signed it over Seth as well. He's like,
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
sign it over his face. And the reason I did this show was not because of that. This is the show where Roderick won his first and only Ring of Honor World Championship. And I was there, front row for it. So
Nice.
had to
That's
get it.
awesome.
Figured it was a good one to sign. So Roddy was cool too. Only $40 to meet him and get the autograph. And I've met him before, but this was the first time, like, a nice formal autograph rather than it in my little notebook pad.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I met them. I wasn't supposed to meet them. I was supposed to meet Bam Margera. For those of you not familiar, he's from Jackass and Viva La Bam. But he bailed. He no-showed. He canceled the week of or the week before to go to another event. He double booked in another event, so he didn't come. So I got my money back for that ticket and used it on Swerve and Roddy. And
Nice.
honestly, that was probably a great call because they were
Yeah.
both a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
And yeah, Keverlast says Buzz. So Keverlast was there, one of the fans that attended the Sharpshooters meet and greet second annual. And when he met Roddy, he was wearing a Buzz Lightyear shirt. And Roddy was like, "Oh yeah, I love the shirt. I dated in high school, or he said I dated a girl in high school or college, and she always used to call me Buzz." And we all laughed, and that's kind of the end of it. And as like Everlast was walking away, I was still nearby, and he goes, because of the nose, the pointy nose, like pointing at his own nose for the Buzz Lightyear thing. So it was a fun, funny moment. It was good stuff. Um, so yeah, they were nice to meet. And then the big one that I met, AJ Lee. We met AJ at the show. And I don't really like having people sign 8 by 10s. I'd rather them sign like a thing that I have to make it mean a little bit more. So the only thing I really had besides the CM Punk DVD, which I felt was not really fair,
Yeah, that'd been a little
'cause she's
weird.
not really, yeah. So I have a book. It's called 30 Years of WrestleMania. And, pretty straightforward. It covers the first 30 years of WrestleMania. There's her autograph right there on the bottom. Um, so I did the cover, but she has a full page spread in the back for WrestleMania 30 when she did her Battle Royal. But like it has all like writing and multiple pictures, and then the autograph wouldn't stick out as well. So I did the cover, felt like it looked nicer with the black and the silver. But so it was nice meeting her. But the thing is, like her line, we waited for like 3 hours before, and like
Damn.
the event goes from 10 to 4, and I think I got inside around like 10:30, 10:45, and got right on the line, and
What's a
it took almost so I got on the
the
line
whole
almost like
time? Yeah,
a little bit before 11, and didn't get off the line until like maybe 2:15, 2:20.
that's crazy.
Um, so it was a long time to wait, and we already paid. And obviously, I don't know if she ended up staying the whole time. I think she did. She was by far the longest line of the day. The good thing about being there with the lovely fans of the sharpshooters was it allowed us each to kind of walk away and do what we wanted to do in between.
I was
Um,
gonna say, so I was wondering how you were able to see all the other people in such a short amount of time, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so like Roddy, for example, Roddy was leaving by 2 o'clock, and he was right next to the line. So I kind of was like, all right, well, if he's leaving at 2 and it's like quarter to 2, and I'm still on this line like 50 people deep, I'm just gonna go meet him while the line's moving, and it
For
worked
sure.
out. But that, I don't think it's gonna depend who the headliner is, but I don't think I'd ever do a headliner again because it takes up your whole day.
Yeah.
And like for the amount of money you spend to meet them and the amount of time, it was like I blinked and it was over. I didn't even get to say like we said hello to each other. She said the book looked nice. She signed it and I was getting pulled away. Like,
Yeah, it wasn't
not that
like
I'm
Roddy
expecting.
and Swerve where you got to like chill a little bit and like shoot the
Yeah,
shit.
and don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting candlelight dinner or anything. I
I
get like it's a
mean,
line that's
you
like
are, but
hundreds of
other
people.
people
Well,
aren't.
yeah, of course. But and listen, I could have talked her ear off, and I understood it's a long line, and I only wanted to like just ask a question. That's it. But just it happened so quick. And like all of a sudden I walked away. I'm like, shit, it's over already.
They knew you were gonna
Some
ask
guys
her
were
on a
expecting
date. They
that to
didn't
be.
want to take a chance.
Oh, I didn't have to. She probably, what it is? She probably remembered me from last time and was like, oh boy, I'm gonna keep it simple. But either way, it was nice to meet her. She was nice. It was just like it was so quick, and compared to the time I got to talk with like Swerve and Roddy, and like they're at a little smaller table with no line. You could just walk right up.
Yeah.
Um,
Jade Falco
I
says
don't
some
know.
guys were expecting that, to be honest.
Yeah, they were. So honestly, everyone was nice. AJ was nice. Swerve was nice. Roddy was nice.
I saw
Bunch of other
Keverlast met
wrestlers.
Sting, which is pretty dope.
I
That's
was to
awesome.
say, Keverlast and Jay DeFalco in the chat also both met Sting.
Nice.
They only did the pictures. They didn't do autographs with them. But yeah, and they both said what they were pretty quick. Also, Keverlast almost didn't get in. Because
Sting was sleepy by the end of the day.
yeah, they both got him by the end of the day, towards the end of Sting's time, and you could tell he was shot. But yeah, Keverlast almost didn't get in. If Keverlast didn't have his little ticket like that he checked in beforehand, they were shutting down the line at around like 3. Um,
Oh, he almost didn't enter
so
for the
yeah,
Sting thing. Oh, that would have sucked.
yeah, like he paid and everything, but since
Since
I
Sting was
guess
sleepy.
it's crazy to me. Like these shows are scheduled to go till 4, but so many of the wrestlers leave at 3. It's really not fair. But like they should at least announce it well in advance to let people know because
Yeah.
people come at like 2:33 or on other lines, like and
Yeah,
can't
so you
meet
can at
people
least
in
time it
time.
out better or plan out who you want to see because then you'd see someone who's leaving earlier before the later people, obviously.
Yeah, there are tons of other little stories I could tell you. It was a great time, very fun. I'm looking forward to the next one in March. Depending on the lineup, I expect to go again, but depends who's going. Um, and the last thing I'll bring up is then that night they did a show called Super Clash. Hog Wrestling hosted, excuse me. and it was a bunch of different wrestlers that were on from the convention, some not that were there. And I will say, for $23 a ticket, it was a good show,
Nice.
but it was pretty much just like that, like kind of just good.
For
Now, this is
23.
like a 12-hour day at this point. We were
Yeah.
all pretty shot. Um, Me and all the shooties that stuck around for the show afterwards, but we were all pretty tired. But I don't think it impacted the quality of the show. It was good. Everything was good, but nothing really was at like that level of like, holy shit, this is awesome. At least from me. Um, but that's how I was feeling. The whole ticket situation was messed up. Wherever tickets I bought, they put us on a different side of the bleachers, the whole thing. So that was messy on their part. But
Oh, that
the
sucks.
show kicked off with Nick Nemeth versus Amazing Red, which was pretty cool. Um, Decent match. What else? They did Shayna Baszler versus Maki Ito, which was fun. Again, this is a show with like people you don't think you're going to see
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
really
Very dope.
fight each other. So I think they accomplished that. So that was a nice match. Then they did carrying crosses in a squash match against some guy. They did a six-man scramble with a bunch of cruiserweights that are like nobodies, like locals for Hog or whatever. Um, and then they did Shotzi and Scarlett Bordeaux versus Priscilla Kelly, aka Gigi Dolan, and Allie Katch in a tag match, which was again fine.
Nice.
Um, and then of course Mercedes Moné, the main event, winning belt number 13
Yeah.
there to witness history.
Love it.
What a moment. Loved it. Um, Definitely the highlight of the night.
Ultimo Dragon
Um,
who? Like, come on.
yeah, right.
Come on.
Come on now. Now, the my favorite part of the whole night though was if you didn't watch the video I sent you, so all
I
the
did.
guys come
I
out,
was about to ask you about
all
that. Go ahead.
so all the guys
Enough,
come out
Harley. All right? Enough from you.
holding the belts up in the air, and they either didn't practice it or didn't look or had no awareness, but somebody must have come out and took the curtain with them, and the whole back curtain and stage, which is like we're talking like 35 feet high. This is a tall
It really was a
thing.
big curtain.
No sandbags or anything on them, nothing to keep it weighted. They just fall. And at this point, I'm watching it fall, and no one can see Mercedes yet. And I'm like, oh my God, Mercedes is under there. Oh my God, it's falling, it's falling. Like, and no one was really reacting. Everyone was just going CEO, and I'm like,
That's
she's
so fucking
dead.
funny.
Um, the best part is not many people could see this because of the angle, but she was like, because it was the three pieces of the stage, then the curtain, and then her. And unless you had the right angle to see her, the curtains fall. She's exposed, just standing there like this, and she just all of a sudden she just goes like, arms out, like here I am, I'm here, and only a few people could see her at that point, but it was so perfect because you could
See?
tell she's just like, oh
So
shit,
aren't you
I'm here,
glad
you
they
can
moved
see
your
me.
seat? Because then you wouldn't have been able to see that angle.
Very true. And for what it's worth, the seats they moved us to did make it for a better seat. So it
All
was a
right.
better seat.
There
They
you
messed
go.
it up. Um, Jada Falco says OSHA mishap Jones. Yeah, very true. Um, but yes, overall a great time. I would recommend if they do it, next time they do all this, I think they should get rid of pro photo ops because that takes up a lot of time and messes up the schedule with people meeting people. And also, I would have them try and move the wrestling show either up closer to when the big event ends, like immediately, or do it during the big event because there was like a 3 hour gap in between the show and
Yeah,
the thing.
yeah, that's a lot.
So like people were just waiting or going to eat and you're killing time. It worked out, but it would be so much smarter just to kind of like have it all set, do the show during the convention, or just do it immediately after. I don't know. They got to work on that, but. That's it. Enough with the big event. Good time. Thank you all the sharpshooter fans that came out for the meet and greet. Maybe Danny will join us next time for the third annual one in 2026.
No, I'm not about the fans. All right, moving on.
Wow.
We have the women's tag tourney. What do you want to talk about?
Yeah. Never mind. So I know Greg the Hammer Valentine and Swerve Strickland and Prince Nana were at Applebee's with us in between too, but that's a whole other story. We'll move on from that for now. We'll save that for a future date maybe. Um, But yes, the women's tag tourney. So I just wanted to see. I mean, there's really was no matches
Yeah.
on Collision for it, but now that we have the matches set for Wednesday of the other side, just to check in and see what we think. I mean, do we think it's gonna be Tony and Mina and Bane and Shafir, and that's it? Or do we think there's a chance that Ty pulls an upset? Or do we think the injured Mina um, gets overcome by Windsor and Riho? What do we think?
I think I think Saturday, as much as I like Windsor and Riho, I think Saturday didn't help me believe that they were gonna win their match. I don't know why, but like I kind of forgot about them because of Blood and Guts and everything. I forgot they were even involved in the women's tag tournament until like they reshowed everything. I was like, oh shit, that's right, that's their opponent. So I think, and then after Tony came out and helped fend off Shafir, I think that's kind of where they're going, at least for that side of the bracket. So I do hope Ty J kind of pulls out an upset. I do like Conti's little backstage promo after she got attacked and how fired up she sounded and stuff like that. Of the two teams, I think that would be the team that gets the upset, but I don't think either one's going to get the upset, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. I want Ty to win the whole damn thing,
Yeah, that would
but
be dope. She looked
yeah,
great, by the
I
way, on
think it's
Saturday.
yeah, I do think it's going to be Tony and Mina, and then I think Bane and Shafir, and then I think they're going to fight each other. I think Bane and Shafir will then take advantage of Mina being
Mm-hmm.
hurt still.
I agree.
I think your finals will be Harley and Willow versus Bane and Shafir, and then I hope that it's then Willow and Harley.
Yeah,
That's my guess for the rest
but
of the way.
and honestly, I'm curious if
Mhm.
the direction or if the new direction wherever this storyline's going with the Death Riders, if that's going to play a factor into now Shafir possibly winning the tag titles. And I'm nervous that
I
it
was
is.
I was thinking that, but knowing Tony and his penchant, the word
Petulant?
is no, his I think it's the word. His habit of sticking with the plan and the course, the fact that Shafir was at it makes me think he's not going to pivot
That's
with who
fair
he has
too.
in mind to
That's
win.
fair too. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
That
think
makes
I
sense.
think he had in mind who he wants to win this months ago, and I don't think he's pivoting now,
What if he wanted Bane and
was
Penelope to win? Ah.
unless it really was Bane and Penelope. But honestly, I don't think it was them.
I don't think
But
so
we'll
either.
find out, I guess. We'll
All
find
right.
out.
I'm going to take off last point standing for this because we're going to go into the predictions. So let me just pull up the predictions
Let's do
page.
it. So while he's doing that, folks, we have full gear predictions. I believe we have about 12 matches, 11 matches to predict. One of them is kind of official, but not official. We'll get to that.
Yeah.
And then there are two on the tailgate brawl, one of which we won't be taking part in predicting. Um,
It
that
has been
is
redacted.
It has been redacted from the records. It is Rocky Romero and Trent Beretta, aka Roppongi Vice, taking on the Costco people. Actually, no, it's
No, it's not the
and
Costco
QT
people.
Marshall
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and QT Marshall.
Yeah.
So apparently QT Marshall is face now.
They're called
Um,
Boom and Doom, which I think
that's nice.
I don't even understand where the
Um,
Doom comes from. I don't want to know, but whatever. So we have always traditionally when it comes to these idiots taken a loss and
can I make a
it's
suggestion?
fine. Do we not just
Can we
count
take
it
a win
all?
inst Can we take a win instead?
Yeah,
Okay,
because we
feel
didn't
better
watch
about
it,
that.
no, that's a win in my book.
Well, no, and plus we know who's gonna win it. Like we're making it a point not to pick it.
Agreed.
Um, yeah,
All
like we
right.
all know, like
So moving on to the
fucking
matches
never
that we
loses.
care about.
Yes.
First,
So we have okay.
what is it called? A tail? Well, sorry, I reacted to the yes. The first one, what
It's
do we
a
call it now?
it's yeah. It's the
Tailgate
tailgate brawl.
brawl.
We're
There we
doing
go.
a $200,000 four-way tag match. Max Caster, Anthony Bowens versus the Bang Bang Gang versus Big Bill and Brian Keith versus the Outrunners. So a lot of money on the line on this show, but
Yeah.
not even $1 million. Now we have another $200,000 on the
Yeah.
line. Um,
Thank God
personally,
Tony
I would have just
promoted
made
it, huh?
this. Personally, I would have just made this a number one contenders match and called it a day.
I
But I
agree.
digress.
But well, so the
Um,
reason you can't though, well, I guess you can. It would have mattered. Just Big Bill and
can
Brian
you?
Keith, I feel like haven't really gotten
Eh,
wins to do it. Outrunners are kind of doing the trios thing, so you don't want to start mud. I mean, even though he does that all
You
the
could have
time,
done it.
you want to kind of
You
keep it
could have.
separate. And Caster and Bowens, they're doing their own weird story, which I don't know where that's gonna go now. I like it. I'm like, it's
Yeah,
interested me. I
me
just don't know where
too.
it's gonna go.
So if Castor and Bowens were undefeated this entire time since reforming like this, I would have picked them, but they have lost
Yeah,
since doing this bit. So I'm going with the Bang Bang Gang just
agreed.
because it's the tailgate brawl. You want the good pop. And I think, they're probably going to be one of the first in line for the tag titles after this. So I'm going with Bang Bang Gang.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that note. And that was going to be my pick as well. It's just it only makes sense looking at the other teams. Again, I don't think Big Bill and Brian Keith are going to win it, and Outrunners, as much as I love them, I don't think they're going to get the win there. Max Caster and Bones would be the only ones I picked just because they are doing something unique, and I'm really interested in it. But I think just like with the Okada Takeshita match, I think it's just going to cost them. They're going to fight too much, and it's just going to cost them the win. So I agree with you there. Next up,
Okay.
we have the AEW Women's Title match. Chris Statlander defending against Mercedes Moné. We've been talking about this for a while now, just because this match has been. This is one of the first matches I think announced for Full Gear. I think
First one.
we've been saying it has to be Statlander right now. You can't put the title on her and then give the belt to Monet, because then Monet has to somehow not lose the other 13 belts while keeping this one, or lose the other 13 belts and keep this one eventually. Like, it just gets too muddy with what she's doing right now.
Yeah, so call me crazy. Maybe it's because I'm riding the money train right now. I'm riding the high from this past weekend.
Uh-oh.
But now I'm starting to think like, hey, what if? What if she is going to win it? What if she does win it and loses a month later at World's End or
You
something like
son of
that?
a
Like,
bitch.
just
I've
give her
been
the belt.
saying that, and you've been convincing me
I
no,
know.
and then you finally got me to
I
say
know.
no, and now you're flipping the switch on me.
Oh, well, I experienced. I was on the money
You
train this
experienced it
weekend.
live, and it was
It
too much for
happens,
you.
you get the whiff and just things happen
Oh,
and
boy.
yeah. So I don't know. I'm on the fence right now. Right now, put me down for Statlander, but I'm gonna watch this 3-hour Dynamite coming up and maybe I'll change my mind. So put me down for Stat.
Okay.
I'm gonna stick with my brain, but right now my heart's kind of telling me, maybe the money train rolls on.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right, next up.
There's no end in sight.
Next up, we have a recently announced this past week on Dynamite steel cage match for the AEW Championship at Hangman Adam Page defending against Samoa Joe. How are we feeling about this? Bite
So
your
I don't
tongue.
like this.
She better not. That would be a shitty thing to do to Stat. Oh, you see?
Listen,
I haven't got any fans mad tonight. You were getting fans mad tonight, bro. That's on me.
well, you don't know. Maybe the
That's
fans
on me.
were so mad they couldn't even type. They just walked away
Oh,
and now
so
they
they're
came back. I don't
weenies?
know.
So I don't want those weenie fans. Say it with your chest
Wow.
here.
Uh,
Just like
I
Harper.
embrace the weenies. Yeah, steel
Oh!
cage match. What?
Gay.
What? I said the weenies can stay. Okay. Um, Steel cage match. I don't like the stipulation because it feels like it's their way of like justifying or forcing this to close the show. Um,
Okay.
because like it's like how do you like it's one thing to do the AEW title, but a steel cage match for the AEW title. How do you not close with that? And
Yeah.
I hope that's not what they're doing. I still think this should be Stat and Mercedes, regardless of who wins. But either way, Paige is winning this. I just
Yeah,
don't
I,
like the.
yeah, I don't see
Yeah.
how you don't have Paige winning this. Sorry, Joe. Just you had your little run last year. You're good. Next up, tag team title match: Brodito versus FTR. Are you like me, Juice? Do you finally think it's time for Brodito to lose the belts and FTR to win?
Yeah, I've been saying that for weeks now. It's
Nice.
FTR's time. Give them the
Yes.
belts.
Yeah, no, they've had a great little storyline. Adding Stokely has really helped them out much more than I thought. I'll be honest, I was one of the first ones who was a little iffy
Hmm.
about it. I didn't think they needed him. It's been great pairing. I love it. And I think they're setting up some stuff like you said recently with Jet Speed, with Bang Bang Gang. So I think having them take the titles is the right thing to do right now.
Yep. All right. Next up, we have the $1 million trios match: Kenny Omega and the Jurassic Express
Mm-hmm.
versus the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Yeah, give me Omega and the Jurassic Express because I think more is gonna come from the Bucks losing and not getting the money with the story. I think Bucks winning and getting money. I don't know, and Alexander obviously can eat the pin. So yeah, I'm going with Omega and Jurassic Express.
So This is my Mercedes Statlander match where at first I was 100% when I first saw this match booked. I was like, obviously Omega and Jack Express makes a lot of sense. And then as I'm seeing this storyline with the Bucks unfold more, I'm curious if it's going to be one of those things where they cheat to win, whatever. Don Callis family helps them out. They win the match. They're walking away with the money while Omega and them get the shit kicked out of them, and then they turn around to go back and help. And I think that's also a good way to do the storyline where they have the money, they don't care about the money, they're going back to help their friend. So like now I'm not sure. I gotta see what happens on Wednesday. For now, I'm picking Omega and Jurassic Express, but I think I might be changing this depending on what happens on Wednesday.
Okay, fair enough. I thought it was your Mercedes instead that you wanted us to close the show. I was like, you're crazy. Um,
Imagine? No. Well, it is
all right,
$1 million, Juice. How often do you have $1 million main event? Let's be honest.
never, never.
There you
All
go.
right, next up, the Casino Gauntlet
I have
match for
no
the
idea who to pick for
AEW
this.
National Title. Now, the only participants we know so far are Bob Lee, Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, Ricochet, Kevin Knight, and Speedball Mike Bailey. Those are your people. That's all we know.
I think of all those people we
Um,
talked about last week, unless like you're
mhm.
bringing in some huge name that we just don't know right now, I think you kind of give it to Lashley here. I think Lashley needs a little singles run. Why not? He's a good buy to put it on. Him and Hurt Business will have, the little promos. The problem is I don't care about the belt. I just like we talked about it when he got
Well, it's
announced.
yeah.
It's just another belt for them to have, and like another now they're up to what 10 belts. I feel like, and that's probably not
Mhm.
far off. It's too much. So like I don't care who wins it.
Yeah.
I kind of hope it's Lashley, so
Well,
like we don't have to see it defended all the time. Like he can just carry it as a prop almost.
well, right now I'm living in the truth that this is just a reboot of the international title, and that the international title is indeed gone and cannot come back, even though they've said it still exists. That's how I'm approaching it, just to kind of feel better about it. Um, And I'm going to stick with my thought process from last week, where we already know whoever wins this is defending the belt at Ring of Honor Final Battle. And I'm
Oh, that's
sorry,
right.
I don't see
Yep.
Bobby. I
No,
don't see
you are
Bobby
right about that.
Lashley wrestling at Final Battle in Ring of Honor. So out of the names said so far, I'm going to go with Ricochet. I think he's going to win it.
You are correct about that, and I'm probably gonna change my pick now that you reminded me about that. But
Ooh.
also,
I get it.
the international and continental titles are very much up for grabs according to Tony Khan. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's the Unified
How dare
Championship. That's it.
how dare
That's
you,
how I
sir?
live my life.
Thank
La la
God
la
I
la la la
checked
la 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 la
this
la.
because we almost went to a commercial. That was close. Okay,
Good man.
two more matches or three more matches technically. Next up we have I think the match I've been waiting for a while, and I'm really hoping it finally happens. No DQ match for the AEW TNT title. Kyle Fletcher defending against Mark Briscoe. I think Mark Briscoe finally wins the big one. I think he finally beats Fletcher and gets the belt here.
All right. So this is, besides the Casino Gauntlet for natural reasons, this is the most unpredictable match of the night for me. Um, because of what they did on Collision. They did two things on Collision that they wanted you to feel this way. Um, First off, they said that the Don Callis family was not the ones that attacked Mark Briscoe at Blood and Guts.
Interesting. Yes. I'm
So,
curious about that.
so that makes me think. Obviously, the first thought was MJF, but MJF made it pretty clear when he's back, he's going for the world title.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think MJF would come back here to go after Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the next thing I thought was Roddy, if you wanted to go that way and have Roderick. Like, I don't think that's the way you go either, but I don't know. I don't know, but because obviously it could just be Fletcher lying, but I feel like you don't say that if it's really not you, kind of thing, in this day and age with wrestling.
I agree
So,
with that, but I also don't know if Roddy. I mean, the problem is that Roddy and Kyle and O'Reilly can go back and forth from enemies and friends so much that, like, I guess you
mhm.
can do that turn now, but you just kind of finished doing that. Like, they just reunited from them being enemies from them coming back.
don't want it. I don't want it, but also, at all. But it's just a thought. Because again, if it's not the Gronkowski family, somebody had to have done it to lead into something.
Also, that
Um,
wouldn't make sense for it to be Roddy though doing it last week, because like that affects Roddy in the match. Like that doesn't help him for this week.
I know. Again, I'm just proposing possibilities here.
Fair.
Maybe there's someone else I'm not thinking of yet, but either way. The other thing that came up that made me kind of raise was Fletcher saying if he beats Briscoe at Full Gear, he breaks the record and becomes the most defenses ever as TNT champion.
That was a
I
cool
could
little
see them
tidbit.
doing that.
I like that.
I could see them doing that. I still think it's too early for Fletcher to lose it, personally. And what better way to have finally break that hump of like I think there's been multiple 8-time defenses, so I think they want to get somebody over that hump. I don't know. Put me down for Fletcher. Right now, I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with Fletcher. They got me on Collision with all that stuff.
No, honestly, when he said that on Collision 2, I heard that and I was like, oh man, that's a great little piece of
Yeah.
stat, and I'm wondering if that will like that'd be cool too to know that. But then also like on the other end, it would be cool for Mark to deny him that. So like that also plays into the storyline. Like that's why like when they want to, AEW can do such good storytelling. Like this is such a good example of that. It's been such a long feud. They're going at each other. You're planting little seeds to make it
Mhm.
be like I legitimately have no idea who's gonna win this match, and I love it. Like either way, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
happy with the result. Either way, I'm gonna like where the storyline goes. I got a good feeling about that. Just like let this play out. It's been good. I like it. All right.
All right.
Last
Next up, our yeah.
official match announced so far is Darby Allin versus Pac after Pac this past Saturday on Collision reminded us how he threw Darby off the stage onto a flaming table and how he hopes Darby remembers that, and if Darby can walk, he's going to finish the job at Full Gear. What do we think? Is he going to finish the job at Full
I don't know about finish the job, but I
Gear?
think he's going to get the win.
I
So
do
give
too.
me Pac.
Yep. I do too. I think what we've been talking about these past weeks, months, whatever, about the direction of the Death
Hmm.
Riders, I think this is another thing where, like, and Pat kind of alluded to it a little bit, where, like, you could tell that he was happy with his performance. Like, he kind of said it, like, I did my job at Blood and Guts. I took out Darby. I set him on fire. Like, I did what I was supposed to do.
Hmm.
And I think he's going to continue that. I think Darby's still going to be a little beat up also. So, that mixed with Pac looking like freaking he's jacked up on steroids from WWF 97, like he's ready to go.
Hmm. So I agree with you. And quick pause before we dive into this next potential match, which seems likely but not officially yet.
Agreed.
What were your thoughts on Moxley on commentary on Collision?
I thought it was at first so weird, and then I realized what they were doing, and I was like, this is genius. How he's being so nonchalant about losing, about like costing them, how he's like trying to give all this wrestling advice and saying like, oh, that's what you're supposed to do there, and that's what you're supposed to do there. And then meanwhile, this whole time you're just like, man, you just tapped out in one of the biggest matches of like your faction's history, and you're coming on the commentary table like you're still like this big bad leader, and it's perfect. It's perfect storytelling. It also, I don't know if you noticed this, it didn't look like they interacted with him much. The Death Riders from there and at the end of their match to like him on commentary, they didn't really like have a lot to like. They didn't go back and forth too much. They kind of just did their promo and left. So I thought that was interesting too.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I think, I mean, they did all celebrate with him after the win, which I did pay attention to. So they did all go over. Everything seemed fine with the body language of how they were all acting. So that wasn't a concern. But yeah, at first my thought was, okay, like, Tony's on, Mina's on. Like these people, you could have left Mina off. You could have left Mox off. Like after Blood and Guts, like they shouldn't just be on TV right away. That always kind of bugs me when it's like it's okay to cool them off a little bit after a big loss like that, where it's all bloody and shit.
Especially Tony. Like Tony
Um,
needs to like recoup after that. But
not even
I
well, not
kind of
even
get it.
Tony. More Mina. I mean,
Yeah.
Mina's got the freaking Pebbles Flintstone hair wrap. And by the way, she was pulled from the big event to do that appearance. That's also why I'm a little salty. She shouldn't have been pulled. Like, really, you pulled her for that? She could have just been written off and be like, "Oh, she's not here tonight because of
Yeah,
the injury." But whatever. Um, yeah. At first, I was like, "Oh, why is Mox out here?" Whatever. But then he starts like putting over NXM collection. Like, okay, Moxie a year ago would have crucified these
that
guys.
was also hilarious. They work so
So
hard,
clearly
like
they're doing.
they give it their all. I'm so like I respect
Yeah, he's
that. And
talking
like
out of his
what?
ass. Yeah, so they're doing it on purpose. So I didn't mind it. That being said, to get the pick in, if this match is happening at Full Gear as we assume, give me Kyle
A
O'Reilly all day. This
hundred
is the
percent.
one.
So
This
if
is
you
it.
missed Collision, um, there was a backstage pre-tape segment where the face team from Blood and Guts was like in back recuperating and talking about the win, and Kyle was pretty much giving like, and I gotta say, I think him on the mic has grown so much, and he's gotten so much better on the mic, and this is the difference between letting a wrestler like him go on the indie scene or go to AEW or go to a promotion where you're not being scripted like some people can do the WWE script and some people can't. Kyle, I don't think ever was comfortable with that, and now that you see him let him be himself more and stuff, he's grown so much. I want to give him credit for that. Um,
Of course, yeah. Some people need the script.
yeah,
That's
100%.
fine.
And
But
he just wasn't. And you saw that on this past Saturday where he's just saying like about the neck injury, then him coming back and Moxley almost being the one to take him out, and then him coming back and being like shocked that he gets to face Moxley, and then making him tap out, and like how that gave it, and like and we were talking about how it was huge that he was the one who got the win last week and stuff like that. So I think they're gonna really, this is the start of like a huge push for him, I think, and just keep it going because I love Kyle O'Reilly. I've loved him since the first time I saw him. He's been great.
oh yeah, this has got to be it. So it looks like a good show. I'm
I
bummed that
agree.
I'm bummed that I may not be able to watch it. Depends on how my travel is that day. Just getting back to the room and Wi-Fi and whatnot. But I will try. But just with the timing difference and everything, it may not work out. But either
Fingers
way,
crossed.
looks like a
Shoot
good
me a
show.
text and let me know so I know how much to go or not.
Oh, for sure. You can text me and let me know who's in the arena that day. Um, But no, it should be a good show. And also, you and I, we got something to go for here. We're both coming off of 14-0 predictions from Wrestle Dream,
Yep.
so we gotta keep it going here for AEW. And by the way, another reason I'm going with Kyle, if you haven't noticed at home, since Moxley quit at Wrestle Dream, he has not won a single match.
Yeah, we've been talking about that.
Yeah, but like specifically not winning at all. Like he hasn't gotten like a cheap, easy win in a six man or like, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
nothing. He's lost.
Gotcha.
He hasn't won any of them. That's all. So it's just a an observation.
Gotcha. All right. Well, ladies and
All
gentlemen,
right.
thank you for joining us. We hope you enjoy wrestling this week. Raw tonight's going to be huge, supposedly, so stay tuned and watch that. We got a big Dynamite that's going to set up for Full Gear this weekend. So next Monday, we're going to have a lot to talk about. So please join us in 1 week. Have a great week. Peace out, everybody.
A-Town down.